If you're interested in the Starfinder Pathfinder joining that might be happening with the second edition of Starfinder, well, there is some news for you on the Paizo blog. I always say don't sleep on the Paizo blog. There is information on there. And we have the reports from the field part 1, and then report from the field part 2 was just released Tuesday, and it gives you more information about what they have been testing. Well, my name is Don. I'm trying to be the Sly Strategist, and let's go ahead and get into it. So as Paizo moves forward in their development of the various games that they have, Starfinder was announced to be coming out with a second edition that will be compatible with Pathfinder second edition in the remaster. So they've been doing some field tests, and we did get the first field test information, which was the soldier class. And they were doing some field tests, and we're starting to get reports of things that happened before the Gen Con announcement. So I do want to stipulate that kind of quickly, is that this was pre-Gen Con field tests. However, we do have some notes. So for the first field test, it was largely based on the soldier class. And to sum it up, basically, Thurston Hillman said that in the team's debrief, we discussed how area weapons were overall way more effective on groups of enemies. Big surprise, I know. This had been a sticking point in our prior playtesting where enemies were spread out or we battled single foes where the area damage didn't make much difference. This really made us think that the soldier might need more abilities to focus on single targets, something we're already started pondering. It also got us thinking about adventure design and including options for encouraging creatures to group up for benefits. Now, this is just part of the field test for the soldier class itself. And then we had the second field test in which they brought a gunslinger from Pathfinder into the Starfinder world. And the notes from that were, our test with the gunslinger was revealing. It provided the team more details on some of our new spells that we'd want to tweak or get tighter verbiage on. It gave us a better look at how cover interacts with tactics in our game, especially in those iconic hallway fights where player characters are going to use corners and allies for impromptu cover. Finally, it let us see how the operative and the gunslinger would work together in a party. Overall, the experience went better than we hoped, as the gunslinger felt more like a class that could spike good rolls and flirt with danger by taking extra shots and risking misfires, while the operative was firing single shots each round, but generally putting out consistent damage without the risk of losing their weapon. Jessica's terrible rolls this session notwithstanding. Now, I do fully suggest that you go and read these blog posts yourself. They're usually large, they include graphics, they include maps, and some of the things they did, largely within Foundry. And it allows you to see how the playtesting is going, as well as how the Pathfinder 2nd Edition remaster design is going to affect the Starfinder 2nd Edition remaster design. And it's interesting to see this in process, and it might actually help us understand a little bit better not only how the Starfinder classes play, but how the Pathfinder classes play and might adjust in the future. Now, I do hope you enjoyed this little news update on the Starfinder, and particularly the Starfinder and Pathfinder class interoperability. It really has me a little bit excited for maybe the future of the games that we play. And I'm looking forward to kind of seeing a little bit more into Starfinder and what's going to happen with that. Now, another thing I'd like to state is, once again, don't sleep on the Paizo blog. They generally put out really good content that kind of keeps you updated, and it might be things that you're not going to hear otherwise. Another good place to go is the Paizo forums. There is always going to be information on there, and it's a good place to go ahead and kind of catch up with things that are going on with the company, and once again, with the games we all like to play. So I do hope you like this, and if you did, feel free to like, subscribe, or hit that notification bell. But whatever you do, I hope you have a great day and happy adventuring. Thanks.